What are we doing?
I'd like to sit up there and say something that I've never said about an NFL team before. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons might be the dumbest team that. I'd like to sit up there and say something that I've never said about an NFL team before. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons might be the dumbest team.
Hello, and welcome back to Dylan and Ross Save Sports. I am your host, as always, Dylan Sanders. You can find me on Twitter at Dilly Sanders. Joining me today is my co-host, as always, Ross Jackson. You can find on Twitter at Ross Jackson. How you doing today, Ross?
Good, man.
I'd like to sit up there and say something that I've never said about an NFL team before. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons might be the dumbest team.
Oh, I was supposed to say I didn't expect Stephen A. And then I got Stephen A. a third time. So there you go.
How you doing, Ross? How you doing today?
Good, man. Good. Holding up. It's been a busy one. I'm glad that we're live and that we're here. Sorry, everybody, that we're a little bit late. Everything, but here we are. And so I'm glad. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry that we're being delayed. No, I'm doing good. We're just vibing today, Ross. We're getting close to the draft. It's been really, really busy the past couple of days for both of us, and it's going to be really, really busy the next week for both of us. But this is always the weeks of every year now. And you're joining the party as well of just being constantly busy. And it's also my favorite week of the year. So I love draft week. Draft week is so much fun.
I love it. I love it. I completely agree with you. I'm a big fan of draft week. I don't know. I'm into all of it. The thing that I love most about this part is all of the leaks, the smoke screens, the rumors, all the other stuff. So what I want to do for a little bit of today's episode is I want to go over. Cool. No, I want to go over some of the draft rumors that are circulating around and see and kind of do like a buy or sell, right? Like, are you buying this? Are you selling this? What are you thinking about it? So we'll look at that in a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I fly out tomorrow morning for Atlanta to get to, which we've discussed before. Not a fan of the football team, big time fan of the city.
Yeah.
The city of Atlanta is incredible.
Big time. So, we're fans of the WNBA team.
Yep. Atlanta Dream.
I've let my Atlanta grudge go for them.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, though, I like the city. I don't like their sports teams, except for the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, that'd kind of be it. But yeah, so I fly out for the 3-day NFL draft coverage that we're doing with the Draft Network and Locked On. So it's going to be a very, very busy time.
Is the analytics guy
Benjamin Solak, the guy who does the analytics?
Yeah, is he going to be there?
He will be there. Yes.
I'll tell him.
And I have to tell you,
we're great fans of his work.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell you. I was about to say. I think Ben, Trevor, Joe, Kyle, Paige, Alexis,
Jordan,
Justin, all Chrissy, who's there now too. Like they have
Jordan Reed going to be there.
Jordan Reed, yeah, I hope so. I don't know if he's going to be there. I think he will. I remember his name coming up. I'm not sure.
Jordan Reed and Benjamin Solak are two of my favorite NF draft people ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, they have such an incredible team over there. Ben might be one of the smartest football people I've ever talked to. It's really incredible. I have
never talked to him, and I don't know if I want to because I'd leave the conversation feeling worse about myself.
That's the thing that's great about Ben is that he's incredibly smart without making you feel stupid when he's talking to you. He brings you with him. He brings you with him.
I don't trust myself, Ross.
You can do it.
I'll feel dumb.
We're gonna get him on the show.
We're gonna
do it. I'm gonna talk to him this week. I'm gonna talk to him this weekend. I'm gonna be like, I need you to come through, talk a little bit NFL draft with us for the next week. I'm gonna get him on the show, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. He brings you along with him. He does a really, really phenomenal job at like translating while being super like mad smart.
Can't wait.
It's awesome. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a big time weekend and everything. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Ross, one thing that comes as much fun as draft week is, one thing that comes with draft week is rumors, Ross.
I love me some rums.
Can I just get into my favorite one so far?
Sure. Yeah, please.
My favorite one, just one that I'm just like, yeah, that makes so much sense. It's that the Steelers have Kyle Trask in their top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
Yeah. The only thing that would make more sense to me would be if the Minnesota Vikings had Ian Book in their top 5.
Man, what if the Steelers draft Kyle Trask at 24? If they view him as the top 5 quarterback, they'll be like, "Oh, we're getting a steal here."
Yeah, this would be the Mason Rudolph situation all over again. Except Mason Rudolph, not a first rounder at least, but yeah.
Also a little bit less racist of a pick. Just jokes. But I don't like Kyle Trask, but I'm rounding out my final big board. I have my final quarterback rankings, Ross.
Ooh.
Do you want me to give you where I have Kyle Trask here?
Yes, please. I'd love to know what your rankings are, period.
I have him as quarterback 8.
Okay, can I guess the quarterbacks you have ahead of him?
Yes.
All right, so there's definitely the top 4, right, that we know about.
Yeah.
Then we've got Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe not necessarily in this order, but Mac Jones. Kellen Mond. Jamie Newman.
Nope.
No, Jamie Newman's not ahead of him. Davis Mills.
Yes.
And we're going above Kyle Trask. So.
No, that's it.
Kellen Mond. Yeah, that's 7. That's 7.
Yeah, that's 7.
Got it. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
my smart guy coffee sip right there.
Ross, if you want to do this, Ross, you can give me a player and I'll tell you where they rank, because I'm pretty locked in on most of these rankings.
Are you challenging me? First of all, shout out to us in our LSU garb matching today.
Yeah, this is not planned.
That's outstanding. Al seems to really like your Kyle Trask to the Steelers at 24 draft scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that's got a busy draft weekend. He and his co-host over at his Texas radio station are going to be doing a draft show as well.
I'm sorry, Al, but your comments are not showing up for me. But shout out to Al.
Shout out, Al. All right, let's see. Who would be really interesting? Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain is cornerback 3.
Trace behind, I would imagine, Caleb Farley and JC Horn.
Say Fields falls out of the top 9, which shouldn't happen. But if I'm the Vikings, I'm throwing everything at the Cowboys to trade up.
Oh, absolutely.
If Fields falls out of the top 9, if I'm every team, I'm throwing everything at the Cowboys.
For real, I'm trying to trade other teams' assets.
Yeah, because quick one, Ross. Ask me where I have Justin Fields ranked.
Hey, what do you have Justin Fields ranked?
I have him as quarterback 1.
Oh, you're so spicy!
And second overall on this in this class.
Somebody throw chili peppers in the chat so that we can bring them up, because Dylan coming with a spicy spice.
I have also, Ross, I have Zaven Collins listed as edge 3.
Okay, I'm glad that you brought this up. I don't know if you have had the opportunity to listen to Locked On Saints here recently, but I, on Monday, did an entire segment about my breakup with Zaven Collins and as my draft crush. Had to leave it behind.
I have not been able to listen to this week.
I told him.
It's on my list of things to do tonight whenever I go out.
I won't spoil it too much then, but based upon some of the recent news about Zaven Collins and what is becoming apparent about him when it comes to a position shift, I had to break up with him as my draft crush.
Did you give a new draft crush?
I did.
And I'll have to listen. I'll be a bated breath
I think that the new draft crush shows up later in there though, not in the same segment.
Okay. I'm trying to think of some guys I have listed higher than some people might.
What is your running back ranking? That's what I'm really
running backs.
In too.
Fun fact, Ross. Running back's the second least watched position for me this year.
Mm-hmm.
I only have
not a very good running back.
I only have. You know what, Ross? Doing this big board has made me realize that last year's draft 10 times better than this year's draft. I think talent wise, I am much lower on a lot of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Much lower on. I'll say I'm high. I have 44 wide receivers ranked.
Woof.
There's a lot. I love the wide receiver class this year. Insane. Mm-hmm. A lot of tackles this year I like. Linebacker, terrible this year. Inside linebacker, there are like 4 linebackers, and then that's it. The top ones are really good, but after those top 5, there's like nothing this year.
And those top ones, I imagine, are Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Nick Bolton, Jabril Cox, Baron Browning, and maybe do you have Jamin Davis up there? Or do you go straight to like a Pete Werner or something like that?
My linebackers, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Micah Parsons, Baron Browning, Jabril Cox, Nick Bolton, Jamin Davis.
Yeah, sorry. I completely forgot about Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. After that, it's tough. I mean, you have some other guys down there, like Barnes. Is it Derek Barnes out of Purdue?
Yeah, I haven't jumped. I have no 4th round graded linebackers this year.
So you go straight from like 3 to 5.
Yeah, and they're only a couple 5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My running backs, though, you asked, I have. So you go over the top ones. I have Najee, Javonte, Travis, Kenneth Gainwell, and Jamar Jefferson as the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
No Michael Carter in the top 5. He's number 6th.
Uh-huh.
Chuba Hubbard fell.
Do you have Kenny Nwango?
Yes, he is running back 12.
12. Okay, I like him a lot.
Behind Jarrett Patterson and Trey Sermon.
I like him a lot, but I'm one of those. I look at him as like a great special teamer. You know,
he's going to be so good on special teams, Ross.
Yeah. You know me and my special teams. I have like my 5 like special teamers that I'm really excited about this year,
and
everything that I'm looking forward to. At the top of that list, though, is Grant Stewart out of Houston, linebacker out of Houston.
Yes, he is going to be a really fun special teamer.
Man, is he going to be fun?
He's lower on my linebacker rankings, but he's going to be a very good special teamer.
Mm-hmm. I've got for my special teams. Here we are, really getting in the woods here. I've got my special teamers are not in any order, but Grant Stewart, Racey McMath, Avery Williams, Kenny Nwango,
add Brady Breeze to that.
And Brady Breeze. Brady Breeze was number 5. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Number 5. I mean, not number 5, but he was the 5th one I was going to name. And then I would probably throw like Jacoby Stevens in there. At DJ
Daniel, too, maybe.
Like DJ Daniel. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Devon Diablo. Depending on if they move him to linebacker, though. If he moves to linebacker, then maybe not. Bulk up a little bit, and then But DJ Daniel, Benjamin St. Juste, like there's a few of those corners that can be really, really good. Austin Watkins at the wide receiver position. Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan could be a really good gunner. Like
Simi Fehoko could.
Oh yeah, there's really, really good
Josh
special teams talent. Oh yeah, there's really, really good. I'm gonna take if I'm using Imatorbhebhe anywhere, I'm putting him on the edge, and I'm letting him try to block punts. That's what I'm doing. With
I
him.
thought you were just making him an edge rusher.
Oh no, I'm just making him an edge rusher.
Go full on Steven Sullivan. Go full on Steven Sullivan.
That's right. Oh man.
I mean, you got like prototypical edge rushers. You got like Michael Strachan should just go on and be bulk up a little bit, be an edge rusher. You know what I mean?
Might as well. Another team that's been keeping an eye on Kyle Trask, according to Daniel Jeremiah, is the New England Patriots.
No, I thought you were about to say New Orleans Saints. I was like, get that. Don't put that evil on me. Don't put that evil on me.
I think that like if he's there in the have a 5th round pick. But if he's there in the 4th round or something like that, and the Saints have a high enough grade on him, they could go after him. But I'd rather see them go with a quarterback that's more in the mold of where they're going as opposed to more in the mold of where they've been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's why they need to just wait for Jaden Daniels next year.
Right. Or go. If he happens to make it to the 3rd or even the 2nd, and they like him enough, go Davis Mills. Just so that you have somebody that's got good arm strength and is really, brings the football IQ part of it. That's why I like Jamie Newman too. Or either one of those 2 quarterbacks would be good options for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me ask you this. Before we go to break, and we're going to come back and we'll talk some rumors and kind of buy them, sell them. But I have to ask, if the San Francisco 49ers, for whatever reason, decide to pass up on Justin Fields, and for whatever reason, Justin Fields makes it all the way to 8, and the Carolina Panthers aren't trading out. If you're the Carolina Panthers who just sent a 2nd round pick for next year to trade for Sam Darnold, you've already picked up his 5th year option, which means you're locked in on it now thanks to the new CBA. Would you draft Justin Fields at 8 if you're Carolina?
No. If I'm Carolina, I'm trading back. But the reason I'm not drafting Justin Fields, if I'm that front office, I'm like, all right, we're going to be on a short leash here. We just traded for Sam Darnold. We got to give him a shot. And they're thinking there's got to be a reason he's falling. Maybe they haven't done all of their
right.
There's if there's a reason he's falling, and we're not we take him here, and we just wasted all this the draft capital on Sam Darnold. We just gotta worry. If I'm Carolina right now, I'm not touching a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. To follow up on that, Albert Breer in the Monday Morning Quarterback, I believe it was, mentioned that the Panthers and Patriots may be in discussion for a trade from 15 to 8. So there's our example and the potential move that could happen there.
I think every team's in conversation to trade up to 8 because there's just so much top talent in this draft class.
Yeah, absolutely.
This class, this NFL draft class and this NBA draft class are very similar. There's a lot of top-heavy talent that you want on your team, but then once you get past that top talent, it's like, do I really want?
Right.
I don't really want.
All right, let's go ahead and step aside here for a moment, and then when we come back, we'll talk about more NFL draft rumors. We have all of that coming up for you here in just a moment. Dylan Ross, Sports Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Bop, 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 bop. Sipping coffee. Coffee break. What's going on with the Whole Nine Sports Draft show?
It's not happening.
Is it not?
I'm joking.
I was gonna say. I just talked to somebody earlier.
I'm just talking. I'm just joking. No, it's going good. We're vibing. We're just vibing. We're gonna keep it open. We're gonna be streaming from the Whole Nine Twitters, our personal Twitters. We're gonna be streaming all that because it's restream.
Right.
And this year we are gonna wait for the TV broadcast to be like who it is. Because last year we kind of spoiled some of them, but this year we'll wait. Give it time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know. Day 3, we might just go with it.
Go with it on day 3. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Day 3, who cares? Day 3 is, I remember day 3 last year. Day 3 is just a long day.
It was long. It was fun, though, but it was long. Because we also hung around for undrafted free agency and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, this year, we know that there are a bunch of people that are like, yeah, I'm going to be free day 3. They're going to hop. Day 3 is going to be a really fun day of the stream because there's going to be people jumping in and out, and it's going to be all over the place.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun because you know what? It's going to be a lot, but that's the fun of the draft.
It's the fun of the draft, man. It's going to be great.
I looked it up yesterday, and I was just trying to see what times the draft is going to be even live. So, Thursday.
7 p.m. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right?
Thursday is 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern.
To around 10:30. Around 11:30 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Friday is 7 p.m. Eastern to around 10:30 Eastern again. 11:30 Eastern again. And then Saturday is just it's 1 p.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern to, let's see, 1 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's that good stuff right there.
Yep. I can't wait for it. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun. Yeah. 11 to 6 Central, just vibing, just straight vibes. No, yeah. So it's noon. It's noon Eastern to 7 Eastern.
Yeah.
And noon Eastern to 7 Eastern. Just straight vibes, and then undrafted free agents.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, we are back to the Ross A Sports Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Back here to wrap up the show in our second half hour. Dylan, I want to ask you, how many first round grades do you have on your big board?
See, this year's weird. There's normally around, I'd say, 24-ish actual first round talents. This year, I ended up with 29 first round talents.
29. Wow.
It's a high. It's a like we mentioned. It's a very top heavy draft class. There are 29 first round talents in this class for me.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's a good class. It's a good top class. The first couple rounds first 4 rounds are stacked, and then after that, it starts to really fall off even more than usual.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be exciting though. Like I said, I just can't wait because this year I really feel like no one knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I mean there's a lot unknown about this draft. Because I would even dare say that pick 2 is still. I mean, I think we can feel pretty confident that it's going to be Zach Wilson, but there has been a mysteriously little amount of conversation around that selection.
What if it's Justin Fields?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. What happens if they don't go Zach Wilson?
What if they go Trey Lance?
That would be crazy.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Pretty sure it's going to be Zach Wilson. Right. That's
what if Mac Jones is the second overall?
Look, man, those New York teams be doing weird stuff. All right.
What if Trevor Lawrence is the first pick? I'd get crazy.
If Trevor Lawrence is the first pick?
Yeah. I'd
Trevor Lawrence
freak
will be
out.
the first pick.
What do you mean? Wait, what? What do you mean? That's reaching. He's the third best player in this class at first overall. You kidding me?
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how all of it pans out. I have a list of NFL rumors, NFL draft rumors here that I wanted to sort of take a look at. It all went away. But we have been getting a bunch of them. Let's start with one that's close to home for us. New Orleans Saints reportedly very interested in potentially trading up to draft Caleb Farley. How would you feel about this, and do you buy it?
Please. Please let that happen. Oh my goodness. I get the JC Horn storylines is all that, it's all cool. Hollywood Horn back in New Orleans. But from a pure talent perspective, Caleb Farley is far and away the best corner in this class. With 36% completion percentage, Ross, 26.8 passer rating allowed. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's really good. He's
really,
outstanding.
Really
he's outstanding, and he's the perfect fit for the Saints in terms of his mold. It's just going to be about
the fact that he's oft injured. Perfect for the Saints.
Perfect.
Well, perfect. It makes him the perfect Saints draft because they do not care.
No, they'll work around medicals, and they've done a good job with it before. I mean, we've seen it, with other draft selections, and they've done pretty well.
Marshawn Lattimore, Caleb Farley, cornerback duo. Marcus Williams playing that free safety.
Feeling good as hell about that.
Chauncey in the slot with that number 1.
With numero uno.
Numero uno?
Did you see who's going to bat with him for number one?
Deontay Harris.
Yep. He's
Yep.
like, they might have to call me. Another interesting rumor here is, so the Eric Flowers trade happened earlier today. The Miami Dolphins sending Eric Flowers back to the Washington football team. So with that trade happening, folks are kind of wondering, oh, well, now are the Dolphins going to look at potentially going offensive line at pick 6, which I don't think is going to happen.
Listen, Eric Flowers trade, not that big of a difference.
Not
that big of a difference on that offensive line. So if they weren't before, I don't think that them trading away Eric Flowers means like, oh, well, now they have to go interior offensive line.
Right. And I don't think you go interior offensive line at 6 in particular, because a lot of folks are talking about, oh, well, they could draft Penei Sewell and move him inside. I don't think you burn
they could
on an interior offensive lineman at 6.
They could draft Penei Sewell and move Austin Jackson inside.
Move him inside. But that's the other part of it, too, is that they've already got Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt, who can both play on your interior.
Mm-hmm. And both be good.
Yeah.
And both better than Eric Flowers already.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so I don't think that you have to burn that 6th overall pick to change somebody's position.
Especially when you could get, if you really stuck on interior, you could get Elijah Vera Tucker, who could also play left tackle.
Right.
Or left guard if you really don't like Solomon Kinley, because Robert Hunt is going to be a guard in this league for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
You wait at 18, you get, and at 18 it becomes more reasonable to take a Landon Dickerson or a Creed Humphrey if Elijah Vera Tucker is no longer on the board, if that's what you're looking for. You don't go at 6. At 6, they go, I think, at 6 either Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase, or Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
One of those 3 is going to drop to 6, and one of those 3 should be a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Man, Kyle Pitts as a Dolphin. Imagine a tight end. Imagine a tight end room of Kyle Pitts and Mike Gesicki.
I just get a little worried because you still have unproven quarterback play. That's my only thing. Now it's a good setup for a young quarterback to have both of those guys. It's a good setup for a quarterback if you have to change course to have both of those guys. But I would hate to see Kyle Pitts' early portion of his rookie contract
wasted.
Yeah.
Well, why do you want him to be a Falcon?
Because that's all the Falcons. That's all the Falcons do. They don't win games, but they produce. You know.
Yeah,
so it's a good spot.
It's a very Falcons thing to really bolster their already elite offense and go defense, because they just traded for Hayden Hurst.
Right.
Man. Is Kyle Pitts the best player in this draft?
I still lean toward Penei Sewell personally.
I do too. But it's worth having a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, is he the most talented skill position player in this draft? I think so. Like, I would put him above. Would I put him above Jamar Chase at wide receiver? Yeah, probably. Actually, probably would.
That's interesting. Man, I'm trying to think. Okay, Ross. Who do you want the Saints to leave day one with? And who do you think they leave day one with?
Who do I want them to leave day one with? Caleb Farley. Who do I think that they'll leave day one with? Liam Eichenberg. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know.
Please, no. Please.
I don't know. I have no idea. You know,
I still want them to leave.
Brady Christensen, you know.
I still want them to leave day one with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
I would love for them to do that. That's my new best fit corner. Best fit linebacker for the Saints.
It just fits what they want. It fits what they seem to want.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Quan Alexander and Demario Davis all 3 at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still my dream Saints pick in day one.
Yeah. I'd be all about that.
Who do I think they leave with? Caleb Farley or Eric Stokes?
Mm-hmm. I would throw Tyson Campbell in there.
Man,
I've seen Tyson Campbell.
I'm not a fan of Tyson Campbell, man.
Yeah, I've just seen a lot tying them together here recently, and that stuff doesn't usually happen as a coincidence. But
Tyson Campbell, Ross, cornerback 12 in this draft for me.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested to see what'll happen because I think if the two top corners that are available to them are off the board, which to me are going to be Caleb Farley or Greg Newsome, if they're off the board, then I think they have to go linebacker personally. But will they do that? I just simply don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you buying that Zach Ertz may be traded at some point over the weekend?
Yes, 100%.
Trade? Yeah.
Are you buying? Let's see. I don't know, man. There's just so much that's going to happen.
Bengals.
So much that's going to happen.
Bengals. Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase.
Did you see their reasoning for picking Jamar Chase? Oh my God! Can I read you this? Can I read you this?
Yes.
This excerpt.
Yeah.
Let's see. I need to find this picture and get it. I need to get it right.
While you look it up, I'll ask you this one. The Baltimore Ravens just got their second selection in the first round, but do you feel like it's possible they could trade out of the first round away from that 31 and pick up some more draft capital?
I don't think it'll happen, but I would not be against it. I wouldn't
be mad at them doing it.
Yeah. Because they didn't get it. They didn't necessarily trade back in because they wanted to. That's just what they were able to get.
Right. And they had to give up a second round pick in addition in order to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Man, why am I don't remember where I saw this.
No worries. I have mad things here.
Just keep talking.
There's another rumor going around that if the Steelers were to miss out on Najee Harris, this is through PFN. If the Steelers were to miss out on Najee Harris, who they believe the next running back target would be. So let's say that Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, both off the board for whatever reason, they can't get them. Or even actually, let's say it this way. Najee Harris gets selected first by, let's say, the Dolphins at 18, perhaps. Do you think that the Steelers go directly to Travis Etienne, or is there another running back that fits the mold a little bit better?
I can't. I feel like, I don't know. I still feel like Javonte
Williams?
Yeah, is the guy there. Okay, so I found this excerpt, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Tony Pauline, I believe. Is it?
Tony Pauline?
Yes.
Okay. Tied in.
Let's see. Could the Cincinnati Bengals really pass up offensive tackle Penei Sewell in favor of receiver? The answer is yes, but a source close to the team tells me it has little to do with the Burrow to Chase connection at LSU in 2019. You have to understand the mentality of the Bengals front office. My source told me they got a damn good receiver in T. Higgins last year, and they must protect Burrow. But the way they see it is the team lost A.J. Green, and after what turned into a contentious relationship, the priority of many in the front office is to replace Green with another receiver to stick it to him.
Wow, that's wild.
Is the Bengals front office like low-key the worst in the NFL?
Oh my goodness. Yikes. Imagine making a draft selection to be petty. Who would do something like that?
Imagine trading, Imagine trading back into the draft to screw over someone you know. But man, if that really is their reasoning.
That's wild. That's wild.
I do think it's the mentality of the Bengals office to take Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
But that's just because I think they like money a lot.
Good point.
Money over winning in Cincy.
Very true. Very true. There are some reports, by the way, that second running back for the Steelers could actually be Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. It's a very interesting one.
I don't, that makes sense. Not very good, slow, but powerful.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one. This is one that I'm very excited about. According to Pro Football Network, teams are high on linebacker Derek Barnes as a potential day 2 selection in the NFL draft. Here's why I buy this. The Seattle Seahawks select in the late 50s. This is a Seattle Seahawks move to draft Derek Barnes, who I like, by the way. Like, his length is incredible. He's got like an 81-inch wingspan, incredible arm length, everything. Needs a little bit of help with some stuff, but man, like, I don't mind him. Don't get me wrong. But that just really feels like if the Seattle Seahawks were drafting in the first round, Derek Barnes would be my mock selection to them.
Mm-hmm.
So are you buying it? This idea that Derek Barnes could sneak it to the bottom of day 2?
Oh yeah, he seems like that kind of guy that could. I believe it. I buy it. I buy it.
His physical tools are really, really impressive, just in terms of his build. I know he's a shorter guy. I think he's only 6 foot shorter, quote unquote. But that length is just remarkable.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm trying to think. I'm like, you know what I'm excited for, Ross? Monday for us to make our NFL draft tier list for these teams and who had the best drafts.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about all of these fits. I can't wait for the draft. I'm just so excited, man. Now,
are you going to do first rounders as fast food items this year?
I might just do Canal Street one Saints draft picks as fast food.
That's
or
nice.
Something like that. I'll do something.
Do them as like Cajun. Do them as like Cajun cuisine. Like who's jambalaya, who's etouffee, who's beignets, all that.
Ooh. Who is
on brand. King cake only shows up in February.
Who's Cafe Du Monde?
Who's Cafe Beignet?
Who's Cafe Du Monde?
Just compare them to like the Ruby Slipper and like to all of these like very famous Commanders, like all these really famous.
I was gonna say who's Cafe Du Monde on Decatur and who's Cafe Du Monde in the Riverwalk.
There you go. There you go.
Some people like the Riverwalk one more, but I think those people are stupid.
I love it. Here was an interesting one. This one came from Tony Pauline as well. What positions are the Jets targeting the first 2 days of the NFL draft? So clearly quarterback, and then what?
Wide receiver?
Mm-hmm. Wide receiver is one of them, and cornerback being the other. I buy that big time.
I do not think that they're going to prioritize running back.
No, I don't think so either. The feeling, though, is that the Jets won't use their second first-round selection on a cornerback, but rather wait until day 2, according to Tony Pauline.
Interesting. Yeah, I think they go wide receiver. Rashad Bateman?
Yeah, I mean, Rashad Bateman, you could Terrence Marshall, like
Rashi
Tony, like Rashi Bates. I love it. Tight end news. Trey McKitty having some upward momentum, and teams like him a lot more than expected.
I like Trey McKitty more than I expected.
Yeah, could end up being a 3rd rounder.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Bates is another likely expected to be drafted higher than presently predicted. Both of those makes a lot of sense to me. Because both of them also benefited from being present with the Senior Bowl, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that helps. Some teams, however, have a day 3 grade on Brevin Jordan. Because he's not come across well in interviews.
Oh, well, see, I don't have that access, and Brevin Jordan is my second tight end.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, there's also a feeling, according to Pauline, that teams may view him more as an athlete than a football player.
Listen, sometimes at tight end that works out.
Sometimes you just need an athlete.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Seems racist to me.
Stop it.
Come on. He's better than Pat Freiermuth. People are searching for the next Gronk. And they're not going to find it.
No.
I don't think they're going to find it. Not with Pat. Pat's cool. I do think the next Gronk is at Notre Dame, though.
Yeah.
That's what's that guy's name? His name always escapes me. He's
Tommy Trimble.
Nope. Michael Mayer.
Oh, really?
He's going to be real good in a couple years.
Okay.
Michael Mayer, yeah, he's going to be. He's like tight end one already in his class, and he's a freshman last year.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's good. That dude's real good. Yeah. 42 catches, 450 yards in college as a freshman tight end behind Tommy Tremble and all them. Pretty good.
Yeah. Since we're wearing our LSU garb, right now, according to Pauline, there are also rumors floating around that Jabril Cox, who had his pro day yesterday, ran around a 4.54 essentially during that time, 34-inch vertical, if I remember correctly, and then like 10.3 broad. That a lot of teams have him with day 2 grades around the league and could end up being in the bottom of round 2.
I guess.
At pick 60.
You know what I mean? I don't think he drops past pick 60.
Yeah, there's got to be a floor somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I still think that he should jump into the bottom of day 1, but day 1 is stacked.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there at that bottom of day 1 that are just like, all right, let's get in.
Mm-hmm. Those are all my Tony Pauline rumors. Shout out to Tony Pauline, Pro Football Network. Always putting on for the folks.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else is there. After the 3rd pick, what are the 49ers planning to do in the draft? The 49ers are expected to select a quarterback with the 3rd overall pick, then hope to fortify the offensive line during and after the draft.
Ooh.
I'm told the team hopes to come away with almost a handful of blockers, which they will select at some point during the draft or afterwards as free agents.
Nice.
They're plugged into the offensive line game.
The undrafted free agent market this year is supposed to be very, very active again, like it was last year, which makes a lot of sense, especially the FCS players that would oftentimes work their way into the NFL draft during the season and during the offseason, but not a lot of opportunity to do that this year.
This is interesting. Howie Roseman and the Eagles are known to pull a surprise or two on draft day. So who could it be this year? I'm told the team loves Kwity Paye, the edge rusher from Michigan, and view him as a clone to another former Wolverine, Brandon Graham, the Eagles' former first-round pick. They could take him with the 12th overall selection.
That would be that. So okay, so So I was actually on a radio show earlier today, and somebody and the host asked me, shout out Scott, asked me if there was, like where I believe the pivot points were for this draft. And I talked about the 4th round pick and the 4th overall pick, of course, and the 12th overall pick, because they probably shouldn't go quarterback and they may not want to focus too much over on the offensive line, but the Eagles could go any which way and it would make sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And honestly, they could go offensive line too, but
I have 2 more here that I want to read. There's some good stuff in this article. There's a lot of intrigue surrounding both the Dolphins both the picks the Dolphins hold at 6 and 18. As I mentioned last week during the Draft Insiders podcast, the player they like is Kyle Pitts, but unless the Falcons move that pick, it doesn't look like they will be able to make a trade at the present time. Pitts will be gone. After speaking with people, what I can tell you about the Miami Dolphins at 6 is this: the team is seemingly moving away from Devonta Smith and towards either Penei Sewell or Jalen Waddle.
Ooh, interesting.
And then yesterday I mentioned Davis Mills is the fastest rising player on draft boards. If there's an equivalent on defense, it would be Houston defensive lineman Peyton Turner.
Peyton Turner, I've heard this. Yeah,
Turner's coming off a terrific season as well as 3 good days of practice this Senior Bowl. Most who I've spoken with told me Turner will be selected ahead of Greg Rousseau, and has an outside shot of getting into the bottom of round 1.
Wow.
And then
now we've talked about Peyton Turner before. You did like him.
I do like Peyton Turner. He's him and Greg Rousseau are right there, right next to each other. Both people that are really good. I reported previously red flags popped up on Rashawn Slater's back during combine medicals. I'm told they are not enough of a concern to hurt his draft stock. The other player I'm told came out of Indianapolis worse for the wear was Georgia pass rusher Azeez Ojulari, who was flagged for a degenerative lower leg condition.
That's big.
Let's see. And then lastly, if the Niners end up taking Mac Jones over Trey Lance, which is the way it looks as of right now, it's because of that they could not accomplish during. It's because of what they could not accomplish during the draft season, during the offseason. The team really wanted to sign a veteran quarterback and went hard after Andy Dalton and Joe Flacco. The game plan was then to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, likely to the Patriots, draft Lance, and let him sit for most of the season. The inability to draft Dalton or Flacco put them in a bind. And now makes taking a quarterback who's more NFL ready a priority.
Interesting.
But see, my point is, why couldn't you just draft Trey Lance and then just play Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Because is Jimmy Garoppolo really that much worse than Joe Flacco or Andy Dalton? I'd say he's better.
I think he's better. Yeah. I mean, and he also just took you to a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So I don't know.
Oh man.
Well, all right. A fun day. We got another one tomorrow before we get to the NFL draft on Thursday. And then, of course, we'll have our Thursday show as well. But it's going to be a very busy couple of days here. So we appreciate you being here with us. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Here, Dylan and Ross Save Sports. Dylan Sanders. I'm Ross Jackson at Ross Jackson Nola at Billy Sanders. Dylan, you got anything else for the people?
Go Dodgers.
That's right. All right.